We're in the midst of 48 hours of volleyball excellence. Yesterday, 48 teams from across the state, each victorious in regional battle, journeyed here to the capital city to test their abilities, all for the chance to be deemed state champion.
Oh, nice move.
Aurora fans, a lot to cheer about.
Showing that tremendous speed going down that far sideline.
Really looks good for him today. Kind of a high loper.
Nebraska ETV Sports is live from Lincoln's Pershing Auditorium for the 2002 Nebraska State High School Volleyball Championships. This morning, the Bluejays of West Point Central Catholic meet the Bears of Laurel-Concord in Class C2. This Nebraska ETV Sports exclusive is brought to you in part by viewers like you, who are financial contributors to Nebraskans for Public Television. Hi folks, I'm John Baylor. This is your state volleyball tournament. It is a unique event. Why? Because very few areas of this country can showcase this kind of talent at this age level in this sport. Championship Saturday, the best teams, the best players. Connie Lentz, Class C2 coming up. This is an event, the girls' state volleyball tournament that all Nebraskans can take pride in.
It is truly an outstanding event. And yesterday's round semifinals were outstanding also. Today you're going to see two teams battle it out on the court with outstanding players, and their whole communities are here.
Class C2 defending champions, West Point Central Catholic, they're undefeated. Laurel-Concord, they're undefeated in their class. Who are the big guns we're going to get to know in the next hour or so?
The big gun for Laurel-Concord is number 13, Emily Schrader. She's walking on at Nebraska, so that tells you what kind of physical skill she has. She's an outstanding hitter, but she also has a very talented supporting cast to go with her. For West Point Central Catholic, you're going to see number 17, Allison Steffen. She's also an outstanding hitter and blocker, and also has a great supporting cast to go with her. Both coaches say it's going to come down to who can pass the ball well to give their big guns a chance.
Neither team bears a loss in the fall of 2002. Something's got to change this morning. Championship Saturday begins next on NETV.
Next time on Nature, bloodlust. Some are simply born with it. For Mark Ferns, it's an obsession.
What I've got to do now is to pretend to be asleep as best I can. The bats are really nervous. I must admit I'm feeling a little nervous myself, but I've got to convince them if they're going to fly down and bite me. It's going to be a long night.
Sunday night at 7 Central Time on NETV. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
And welcome back to Pershing Auditorium. The Class C2 Championships, Laurel-Concord 25-1, West Point Central Catholic 26 and moments away from this one commencing. And let's throw it now to the public address announcer for the John J. Pershing Auditorium in downtown Lincoln. Here's Dwight Weininger.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to Pershing Auditorium for the 2002 Class C2 Volleyball State Championship game. Today's game features the Laurel-Concord Bears versus the Bluejays of West Point Central Catholic High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the non-starters for the home team, the Laurel-Concord Bears. Number 4, Michaela Henson. Number 15, Lori Pritchard. Number 23, Laura Troyer. Number 24, Amy Rath. Number 25, Kristen Cook. Number 31, Maggie Recog. Number 44, Teresa Esbra. And number 52, Angie Peters. And now, the starting lineup for the Laurel-Concord Bears. Number 13, Emily Schrader. Number 14, Jody Kupta. Number 21, Tiffany Irwin. Number 41, Susan Pritchard. Number 42, Katie Peters. And number 43, Tori Cunningham. Head coach for the Bears is Patty Cunningham, assisted by Linda Felber. And now, the non-starters for the visiting team, the West Point Central Catholic Bluejays. Number 20, Danessa Brunsing. Number 22, Krista Wolf. Number 23, Jackie Evers. Number 24, Megan Nyworth. Number 25, Jackie Knievel. And number 27, Karina Schmaderer. And now, the starting lineup for the Central Catholic Bluejays. Number 16, Jenna Krackemeyer. Number 17, Allison Steffen. Number 18, Angie Ritter. Number 19, Lindsay Hunke. Number 21, Anna Winicky. And number 26, Mandy Krackemeyer. Head coach for the Blue Jays is Don Matt. He's assisted by Joan Pogge and Jerry Strachey. Today's game officials are Alice Ritzdorf and Ken Ritzdorf, and the bench official is Nancy Fuchs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as we honor our flag and our country with the playing of the national anthem. Playing the anthem today will be the Laurel-Concord High School Band under the direction of Jenny Danner.
Those faces tell the story as each team, Connie, clasps hands during the national anthem. You can feel the energy in here. It might say 10:30 on the clock Central Time, but these folks are on Bermuda time. They have got midday energy here at Pershing Auditorium. Laurel-Concord 25-1. They've been to every state tournament since 1994 except for 1999. Let's look at the odyssey that each of these teams followed to get here. Laurel-Concord, 2-love winner over Thayer Central, and then a tough one last night in 3 over Alma. West Point Central Catholic, they've never faced each other in the regular season despite being only about 60 miles apart. 2-love over Heartland in the morning session last night over Humphrey St. Francis, 15-9 and 15-13. Connie, each team quarterbacked by a veteran senior leader, Tori Cunningham, the coach's daughter, so you know she's highly skilled, a 5'9 senior for Laurel-Concord. West Point Central Catholic, a 4th-year starter, Jenna Krackemeyer.
Well, both setters know what it's like to play in a big match because they've been here, and they're the quarterbacks. They're the ones that keep their team calm. They're the ones that are running the offense. They're the ones that are spreading the ball around to all hitters. And John, each team has 3 hitters that have over 100 kills each for each team. That's what we meant in the opening about balanced attack and supporting cast.
And that's Laurel-Concord. The Bears are wearing the blue, and they serve are underway. The pass outside set and the shot. And a nice dig actually by West Point Central Catholic. And the first put away belongs to the sophomore, Angie Ritter, the 5'4 sophomore. So let's get this straightened out. In the blue, it's West Point Central Catholic. The Bluejays, obviously, and Laurel-Concord. The Bears are in white. 1-0, West Point Central Catholic. A tip shot from the future Husker, Emily Schrader. And a free ball coming back from Allison Steffen. Now the Bears, a shot. That's going to be long. We've got our first side out. Excuse me. And West Point Central Catholic served that one, so it's 2-love Bluejays doing the serving.
Well, right now you can feel just a little nervousness on each team's part.
And Schrader goes wide the mark once more. 2 attack errors from Emily, and it's 3-0. Laurel-Concord, the setter, is Cunningham, and an excellent effort from Krackemeyer to bring it back in play, but finally this one truthfully is side out for the Bears.
Well, I can tell you there's going to be no quit in these 2 teams, and so they're going to run all the way to the stage to get the ball if they have to.
Here comes the serve, and controlled by the Bluejays. The sophomore Ritter pops it over. Setter dump try from Cunningham. Now Ritter brings it back to Laurel-Concord. Schrader gets it through with the serve. That's a point. It's 3-1 Central Catholic.
You know, with this early start at 10:30, it's going to take them a while to get that jumper's adrenaline going, and you just wait, and we will get going here.
Anna Winnicky serving. And the Bluejays, that's a put away, and a side out, 3-1 still.
Well, both teams do an excellent job of blocking, so the hitters are going to try to tool the block, hit off their fingers, or hit off the blocker's hand.
Angie Ritter serves just one of 2 starters for Blue Jays. It's not a senior. Right back to the Bears. 2-handed, knocked down. That's Allison Steffen over to the Bears. And a beautiful block from the right side of the Blue Jays.
The thing that's so good about the Blue Jays is they reach so well. Their hands are up nice and high over the net.
Lindsey Hunke gets credit for that block. 4-1 Central Catholic. Nice dig back row. Jumps it in a tip shot, and you can count that one as the Bears get one down. That's Katie Peters, 5'6" senior. Both teams loaded with veterans. 5 senior starters for Laurel-Concord and 4 for Central Catholic. Good passing by Ritter, and it results in that. A termination from Allison Steffen, and a quick side out.
Again, serve receive was critical there. A good set from the setter to get the middle hitter the ball. Excellent put away.
So that was Hunke, the side out. Score remains 4-1. Schrader frees it across. Hunky sets Steffen, and that results in a point for West Point Central Catholic. And there have been a lot of comebacks in this tournament, Connie, so 5-1 is certainly surmountable.
Well, there's no such lead in volleyball until the referee crosses their arms and says it's over. Both these teams are fighters.
Steffen sends it back to the Bears. And for the first time tonight, touch for Laurel-Concord Susan Pritchard, and she gets the side out.
Well, both teams do such a nice job of just being in good blocking position and being ready at the net. They're going to touch a lot of balls.
Schrader's in the back row now for Laurel-Concord, and she digs that one. Give another put away to Pritchard, and it's 5-2 West Point Central Catholic.
Well, I was talking to Don Matt last night, the West Point Central Catholic coach, and he just really had high praise for 41 Pritchard.
She's a great passer, that's for sure. Steffen trying to get the serve back. She does.
She has such a quick swing, and she just, I mean, you can hear her hand hitting the ball. She whacks it.
Lindsay Hunky, 5'7" senior, get things started in this rally. Pritchard again. Hunky there to save it. The Bears, Pritchard, and that's in. Side out, Laurel-Concord.
Well, Pritchard does a nice job. Her arms are back nice along. She goes up high, and you can see that nice snap from her elbow and the fast lever at her wrist.
Boy, you give these senior setters the ball where they want it, and they'll put it where their attackers want it. A carry against the Bluejays. That's our first ball handling error in this morning's session. It's 5-3 now, West Point Central Catholic. Tori is the daughter of the head coach, Patty Cunningham. And the first swing for Anna Winnicke is a termination.
Well, the middle, they're really trying to double block her, but she does a nice job of cutting on the inside of that middle block.
Pritchard can't get this one down because Ritter, the sophomore, digs, swings, kills. Well, she has got great ups. She can leap. Angie Ritter, just a sophomore.
She is a quick jumper. Her feet are very quick off the floor, and she gets up.
Schrader passing. And that's Irwin nearly getting it down for Laurel-Concord. A miss hit from the back row, and the score remains.
Boy, that was a nice play from back row. Even though she missed it, she was hitting over the shorter blocker.
Pritchard serves. Winnicke, count that, and a side out for the Jays.
Balance attack again. This time it's their middle hitter going up. Look how she cuts that ball on the inside of the double block. Excellent job. She can see the hole.
Anna Winnicke. Schrader, good pass. Beautiful block left side of the defense as Maggie Recob gets denied.
And you always say you want to hit over your shorter blocker, but not when she can jump as well as West Point Central Catholic can. They blocked so well last night in their semifinal game, and they're just continuing on today.
Nearly halfway home in the first, 7-3. Whistle, touching, no, going underneath the net. That's a point for the Jays. It'll be 8-3.
That's a foot fault. You can have part of your foot on it, but not all the way over the center line.
Patty Cunningham calls a timeout. She's been there since 1993 and now able to watch her daughter quarterback her team. 25-1, the only loss suffered by Laurel-Concord. That was the Wayne Class C1. And there's a good look at Don Mack. He's a business and computers teacher at West Point Central Catholic, defending state champions. He's assisted by Joan Ploggy, who is an arts and science teacher, and then Jerry Strachey. He's a 6th grade teacher at the grade school.
Well, I asked both coaches this morning if they were able to sleep last night, and Don Matt said, oh yeah, I slept real well, because Maybe that has to do with being defending state champ, but he figures if he's uptight, then his players will get uptight. Now, Coach Cunningham said she didn't sleep as well.
Winicky puts it in play, and that's in, and that's an ace, 9-3. Not what Coach Cunningham wanted after the timeout. Pritchard, great pass. Cunningham sets, and there's the termination for Maggie Recobb. 9-3 though, score remains. West Point Central Catholic. Recobb checks out, and say hello to Jody Cookta. She's going to serve.
Well, Recobb last night was the real difference maker in their win over Elma.
Kreckemeyer outside. Mandy Kreckemeyer, distant relative, can't get it down. Here's the leaping ability of Ritter, but she's stuffed by Schrader. 9-4.
And that's why she has 120 some blocks on the season. She was so up and over that net.
Cookta starts this round. 9-4 West Point Central Catholic first game. Quick side out. Well done. That's Mandy Kreckemeyer. Had 6 kills last night against
Well,
St.
these guys are just banging away. So that time she did a nice job of hitting over the right side instead of hitting over Schrader.
Schrader dug by Ritter, and little Angie Ritter puts it back to the Bears. Joust at the net, won by the Bears, and we've got a 4-point game.
The key on a joust is the person who can push last wins, and right there 42 was up and over and gave it the last little nudge to over the net.
Actually, a side out remains 9-4, and Tiffany Irwin can't get it in, so it goes right back to the Blue Jays. Angie Ritter, she's the serving daughter of former Husker football hero. Now the Bears, Cunningham, the slide, Schrader, usually the end of a point, and they're going to say that that ball did hit the floor.
Well, it comes so fast. Schrader came on a slide that time. Nice movement behind the setter. She runs behind the setter and drives up and just snaps down.
That pass pulls the setter off the net. Only choice outside. Steffen out of bounds. In. They call it on the sideline.
Well, they're hitting deep corners again. Both teams are playing good defense, and that's what both coaches were concerned about, not making a lot of mistakes.
Not a great pass by Katie Peters. That's a service ace, and it's 10-4 West Point Central Catholic, game number 1. We play the best of 3.
Well, Mandy has 18 aces on the season, so she can serve tough.
Mandy Kreckemeyer. Pritchard the pass. Schrader can only tip on the low set. The Blue Jays with a chance for another. Off the dig and out of bounds.
The thing that makes Steffen such a great hitter, watch her wrist snap on the end of it. Elbow comes high, and then the quickest lever, the wrist snap.
Mandy Kreckemeyer again, a 10-4 West Point Central Catholic lead. Here's Pritchard. Nice dig from Rigger. And Steffen, that's long, nobody touched, so side out in the serve belongs to Laurel-Concord. Steffen's a great basketball player as well. Here's Emily Schrader. She'll walk on and play volleyball for John Cricket, Nebraska in the fall. That serves strong. Score stays 10-4 West Point Central Catholic.
You know, it'll take the players just a little bit to adjust to the perception in here. They played at Waverly High School last night, jam-packed gym.
Overpass, Steffen gets it home. It's 11-4 West Point Central Catholic.
Again, her reach, she just, even though she's moving away, she had her hands high and was able to push the ball on the inside of the blocker for Laurel-Concord.
Second and final timeout of this first game for Coach Patty Cunningham. 11-4, West Point Central Catholic in that last rally. Connie, shows you cannot make a ball handling error against either of these teams. They're too good. Join Adrian Fiala and Kevin Kugler Tuesday night, 7 Central Time for the Big Red wrap-up as they look at this week's gridiron clash between the Huskers and the Kansas State Wildcats. This week's special guest is receivers coach Ron Brown. Don't miss Big Red wrap-up Tuesday night, 7 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
In visiting with Coach Cunningham last night after their semifinal win, I said, Coach, what's the strength of your team? And she says, we always come back. We have a balanced attack, and we don't ever stop fighting on the ball. So even though they're down 11-4, they'll fight back.
Pritchard gets a swing. Whistle. That was outside the antenna. Point West Point Central Catholic in first game, nearly in the books, 12-4. West Point Central Catholic undefeated. It's only lost 4 games all year. No matches, 4 games. Schrader long, nobody touched. 13-4.
Right now, Laurel-Concord's just forcing a little bit. They're making some uncharacteristic, unforced errors on their part.
Near ace again. Pritchard, that's long. 14-4, game point in the first.
Right now, you want to be able to keep the ball in play, and they've had hitting error, out of bounds, out of bounds. So they've got to control their adrenaline a little bit, maybe go some off-speed hits, just keep the ball in play.
Hunky serving for the game. Pass, Tiffany Arrow, an outside shot. Pritchard in, well done. Ritter upset with herself. She knows now she shouldn't have landed that one.
Deep corner shot, great placement. The defense is rotating up, and Pritchard nailed the corner.
Here's Tori Cunningham, 5'9" C. Steffen, quick side out.
It's just so hard to get a block on her because she has such a fast snap. You know, she has a big elbow high, and then the wrist just comes and snap like a whip onto the ball.
Pritchard's going to try from the left side, out of bounds. Game point. West Point Central Catholic, a quick first gamer, 15-4. Game 2 shortly. Stay right there. You're listening and viewing the Class C2 Volleyball Championships. Early morning on Championship Saturday. Keep it here all day. Nebraska ETV Sports.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
Venice. The tidal waters that flow through its famous canals now threaten to submerge it. Scientists race to stop a catastrophe, but can they save the sinking city of Venice? Next time on Nova.
Tuesday night at 8 Central Time on NETV. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
Happiness in blue is the Bluejays of West Point Central Catholic, the defending champions. They are undefeated this fall, easily in the first over Laurel-Concord. 1-0, Connie. A little surprise?
A little bit. Laurel-Concord just made too many unforced errors that game. So many hitting errors, which is uncharacteristic for them. Coach Cunningham talked about how they want to play and keep the ball in play. Well, you see West Point Central Catholic had 13 kills. Laurel-Concord had 9, but they had a lot of hitting errors that you don't see there. 12 assists, that's pretty, matching the number of kills that each team had. Digs, both teams are playing defense. They're digging balls. Key is 2 aces serves for West Point Central Catholic and 3 blocks. So Laurel-Concord has to do a better job of serve-receive and a better job of eliminating some of their hitting errors right now. If they're a little pumped up, they got to settle down. If they're a little nervous, they got to loosen up and just go for it.
In a hurry. It's not best of 5 at the high school level. Of course, it's best of 3. If the Bears want to play another game, they got to win this one. And Kupta gets things started. Winnicke, the initial pass. And there's an easy one for the Bears. A smash from Schrader, wide of the mark, and the butterflies are still fluttering. Side out.
Well, sometimes when you get in a state championship game, you think you have to do so much for your team, and Emily just needs to relax and play her game.
Here she is. Roll shot won't work. Krakemeyer. Good dig. Left side Ritter. Somebody swatted the net. Yep, it was Ritter. Boy, she's fun to watch.
She just had a little bit too much follow through on that. She had a great swing, but it carried through to the net. And coach is just smiling about it.
Tiffany Irwin back there. She's one of just the only junior starter. 5'7". Winnicke's the target. She passes well this time. And Krakemeyer attacks in the middle. She's stopped. 1-0 Laurel-Concord.
Well, Emily's just waiting for her. Emily Schrader's right there. Look how high her hands are over the net and just pushes the ball back to the floor. Great block.
Mandy Krakemeyer, the attacker. Of course, the setter is Jenna Krakemeyer. They're distantly related. Back row, Steffen puts it over. Laurel-Concord looking for a 2-love lead. And count it. That's Katie Peters. She'll swing from either side.
What a great approach she has. She flies from the outside. Look how high she gets up. Her arms are back. Great momentum that she carried into that swing.
Irwin's got 24 service aces, looking for her first tonight. Hunky swings for the Blue Jays. Again, Laurel-Concord. Schrader can't buy that one. Free ball, another great chance for the Bears. Already up 2-love in the second. And Ritter somehow plucky over the double block and a side out.
Well, she's just a smart hitter. When you're a short hitter like that, you need the ball set further off the net so you can swing away. And she certainly is swinging away today.
Good pass, Katie Peters. Schrader, who else?
That's what I meant when she's a great leaper. What set that up was excellent serve receive, and then Emily just drove that ball down to the floor.
One of 4 in-staters, part of a 5-person recruiting class for Nebraska. Steffen trying to get a put away, can't do it. Peters there, Pritchard frees it across to the Blue Jays. West Point Central Catholic.
Great dig.
It's going to be Hunky. And Kukta digs it up for the Bears. The shot in the middle, wide of the mark, nobody touched. Side out.
Well, she just got a little bit behind that. You can see her elbow was not quite high enough, and she kind of pushed it out of bounds. She's so eager right now. She just needs to delay her approach and then go quicker.
Krakemeyer served it. She's going to get another touch. Timing is off. She can only tip. Steffen, block back. Allison Steffens, stuffed black, and that's
rejection. Both of these teams last night, when they were blocking, the ball went flying back down into the opposing team's court. Emily just has such a long arm reach.
She does. Plants it into the leather there. And that's a carry against Katie Peters.
Well, defense is the key, and these teams are hitting the ball hard, and she just tried to go to the floor a little too early instead of moving her feet closer to the ball.
Lindsey Hunky, they got the kill there. She serves an ace just afterwards. 2-1.
Well, that's the fastest way you can score points, is to serve an ace. The next way is to serve and block.
First game, 15-4 the Blue Jays. Nice set by Cunningham, not enough. Beautiful block, Winnicke, tied at 2.
Well, what set that up was a great serve, which forced them to be out of system a little bit. The middle was kind of, didn't get room to approach, and so the ball went very weakly over to the net and was quickly blocked.
Irwin, great pass. Pritchard, Susan Pritchard, side out. She's our best passer, Connie, but she's also a terrific attacker at 152 kills. 182 kills coming into the tournament.
That's right. She was one of those balanced hitters for them that we're talking about.
Momentum switching ever so slightly towards the Bears. It's 3-2.
And see, Pritchard, it's so important to have her in front row at 182 kills when Schrader is in back row for Laurel-Concord.
Cunningham, 45 aces this year. That's a ton. Irwin, it's down. It's 4-2 Bears.
Well, this is a good scoring rotation for Laurel because Tori serves tough, and then they can get the bad pass and results in a kill for them on the other side.
Class C2 final. It's game 2, best of 3, and Allison Steffen wants the serve.
It's just amazing how quick. Talk about pulling the trigger.
That shoulder is strong. She had 21 kills last night against St. Francis. Maggie Recob backing, gets a swing. Winicky, that one would have been long. Schrader couldn't resist. Beautiful rescue attempt from the center, Tori Cunningham, but it's West Point Central Catholic.
Well, Tori just hustles all over. It was high. She was trying to aim for the blocker's hand, and she just didn't block it with her body and reached for it.
Bears with a 1-point lead. Got to win this game to force the third. Steffen Peters there. Beautiful dig. And Pritchard nearly finishes. Pinball back and forth. And the Bears own it. Longest rally of the morning. Steffen back row. In!
Well, obviously the defense intensity has picked up for both teams. After several great digs, here she comes with a nice high snap, and it hits the back line.
Great snap of the wrist. Got a good look at it there. And a carry against the setter, senior Tori Cunningham. 5-4, West Point Central Catholic. And Mom doesn't want to wait another moment. Timeout by Patty Cunningham.
Well, the key is defense, and both teams right now are digging a lot of balls, and the intensity level has picked up. Now they just have to really get their offense, stay in system, and really start pounding.
Well, it's football the way you remember it. Husker football with names like Remington, Frazier, Gill, Behringer, and of course Osborne. See the final chapter of this 3-part series only on NETV. Thrill to the glory of conference championships, national titles, and games that had you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss Husker Century 3, Tuesday night, December 3 at 8 p.m. only on NETV. I'll be watching that. 5-4 West Point Central Catholic with the serve. Schrader, poor pass. They give the Blue Jays a good chance. They never get it back. 6-4 now, and they're 9 away from a title.
Well, that hitting error was the result of the passing error.
Steffen trying to serve a 4th consecutive point. Susan Pritchard. Oh, great dig. Steffen over the net, put down by Recob. Needed it, got it. Side out.
Well, Recob is one of those steady players. She knows her role. Her role is to be the middle blocker, and she took advantage of that situation with the overpass.
5'9" with some good leaping ability, as has Ritter, and Angie gets another put away. She's only 5'4" with those arms, and
she's got springs in her shoes.
She plays about 5'8". Here's Anna Winicky. And there's a poor pass, Schrader, another ace. 7-4 West Point Central Catholic. Not time to panic yet for Laurel-Concord, but a switch needs to be pushed real fast.
They need to just communicate more on their serve receive. Right now they're kind of quiet, not calling the ball early.
Tipping is Irwin. The Blue Jays again up by 3. Make it 4.
Well, when I ask confidence, and right now here they come with confidence. She comes around on the slide, takes it off the blocker's hands, out of bounds.
Central Catholic feeling it, looking for back-to-back titles, and it's looking better every moment. 9-4 in the second.
Laurel-Concord right now is kind of on their heels. They've got to make something happen here.
Patty Cunningham, she won the state championship in '96. She's been here every year but '99. In her first year, '93. Service ace. 10-4.
And right now, they just need to take a deep breath, try to calm down, and pass the serve.
Winicky. Pritchard, great pass. Peters, block back.
Well, West Point CC gets so high over the net. All of their blockers seems like all of them have long arms. Ritter doesn't have long arms, but she has a great vertical. They're above the net.
Emily Schrader stuck in the back row. She can't get up front to hit. Irwin. Steffen 20 feet off. Over dig. Blue Jays have it. And that's in the net against Laurel-Concord, folks. It's 12-4.
Well, Crackmeyer gets movement behind the center. She comes on that slide. She's so athletic, goes off 1 foot. Obviously, you see why they won the state championship also in basketball. That was a right-handed layup she put down.
Boy, back-to-back volleyball titles. They won the girls' basketball title. And did you know, folks, that the average cost of attending a Nebraska Public University for 4 years is $42,000? If you're wondering how to pay for your child's higher education, tune in next month when NETV helps you answer this question. Watch Countdown to College Wednesday, December 11th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time only on Nebraska ETV. Laurel-Concord searching for a rabbit under a hat. Trying to pull a Houdini here. Only 8 points in 2 games, and they can't get it back. Another ace, and it's 13-4.
Well, it's so fun to see these young ladies compete. And Anna last night had trouble serving a little bit in her match. And so today she's come back with, what, 2 or 3 aces right here in the last few points, and then she missed that one out of bounds. Just we jinxed her.
That one was long, about as wide as a credit card. So a deep sigh of relief from those paying taxes in Laurel-Concord. And Krackemeyer shoots that one strong, 13-5.
Yeah, the set was a little back 4, and she just didn't have any follow-through, and so the ball stayed at the same plane that her hand hit it high.
And Schrader's up front row now. The block and attack for Laurel-Concord. Can't get that one. It's side out for West Point Central Catholic, but if the Bears are going to come back, you got to have Schrader up front.
That's right. You have to have your big gun up front, and she just hasn't really been in a rhythm today.
Here she is, Emily Schrader, dug by Steffen. Ritter, Pritchard digs her up. Peters, big swing. Boy, the Blue Jays, great floor defenders. And that one drops, side out.
Well, Peters does such a great job, too, for only 5'6" left side. She really flies in, hits the ball high off the blocker's hands, forcing West Point to have trouble with the pass.
Tiffany Irwin, as the Bears have Schrader up front for 2 more rotations. Double hit on Katie Peters. Can't blame her. That one was put right back to her.
Again, Krackemeyer, she's just so high up over the net and just takes the ball and redirects it back to the floor, right in the defensive player's body.
Another service ace, 14-5, and we reach match point.
And that's what is the difference right now, is West Point Central Catholic is just serving so tough. And Laurel-Concord cannot get in their offense.
Celebration preparing across the way. It'll have to delay for a moment. Nice side out by Emily Schrader.
And Emily says, give me the ball.
So everyone back down in blue, and Patty Cunningham lives to see another rally. They're just trying to run some points down 14-5 in the second. Nice dig Tiffany Irwin. Schrader tipping. It just hasn't worked this morning. Put away for Allison.
The reason why the tip's not working against Central Catholic is they're just so quick. All of them are about the same body types and are just so athletic.
Mandy Krackemeyer, the honors on championship point. Schrader, and the Bears have survived 2 match points against.
And that time Schrader just kind of dumped it in the hole, a little off speed. And changed the tempo a little bit and got it down.
She's back row once more. Lindsey Hunky almost pulls down the net. That's a point.
Well, sometimes that's hard for a right-handed hitter playing that right side. They try to hit that angle, but they hit the net before they get the angle.
14-6.
Great serve.
Recobb getting in there and deflecting and blocking. Here's Pritchard swinging. That's another point. 14-7.
Well, momentum is a big thing in volleyball, and one of the things to change that is blocking. All of a sudden, Laurel-Concord has started to block a little more. Serving tough.
Steffen can't get it down. Great back row defense by Schrader. Susan Pritchard puts it over. Allison Steffen, she's a great one.
She is.
A third match point opportunity for the Blue Jays and their head coach Don Matt.
And Steffen's in front row for them.
His 18th year. Looking for his second title. Into the net. That's 3.
Well, here comes one of the strongest serving rotations for Laurel-Concord. Tori has 40-some ace serves.
Trailed 13-4 and 14-5, and now 14-7. Winicky. Beautiful up. In.
Recobb stepping up.
14-8.
Well, this is what Coach Cunningham said. Her team always will keep fighting. They'll always keep battling, and they're showing that.
Boy, battling back from the abyss. It was 13-4 and then 14-5. It's the first time out burned by Don Matt. 3 match point opportunities squandered for Central Catholic.
John, I think you need to get a volleyball tie like Don Matt has.
He's looking sharp. Pass by Lindsey Hunky. Steffen Cunningham saves it. Oh! Miss hit by Maggie Recobb. And when you wait until down 13-5 to turn on the Jets, your margin for error, of course, is very slim. A 4th match point try. Great pass, Schrader, with everything on the line. Tiffany Irwin, no. The championship joust. Pritchard swings, and the Jays save it. Ritter a chance to win it, no. Longest rally of the morning on championship point. The slide, Winicky, count it!
Great slide. I tell you, somebody you don't notice, and that is West Point Central Catholic Center. She did so many nice things to save the ball off the block and make that set for the slide.
There's some more shelf space next to the 01 trophy. The 2002 title belongs to West Point Central Catholic. And across from the ecstasy, the agony. We'll see the awards ceremony when we come back. The Blue Jays again in Class C2 and again fairly lopsided. That's a game bunch of Bears shaking hands as they came back strong. 15-8 though, the final.
Oh, it's story time. We'll read the story about the big dog. Yes, on the way to school.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District, together with your local public power utility.
It's fast and furious. It's volleyball the Nebraska way. Find out the latest news from the team right from the source, Coach John Cook. Go behind the scenes with the John Cook Volleyball Show, Tuesday nights at 8 Central Time only on any TV2. Nebraska Volleyball. It'll take your breath away. From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
(15-4), 15-8, West Point Central Catholic wins it. Now for the awards presentation. First, the runner-up trophies will be given to Laurel-Concord momentarily. And here again is our public address announcer, Dwight Weininger.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is delighted to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control member Glenn Morgan from Neely Oakdale and U.S. Bank representative Mick McKinley. And now, here are the awards for the Class C2 runner-up, Laurel-Concord High School. Will head coach Patty Cunningham and your assistants please step forward to the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 52, N.G. Peters. Number 44, Teresa Asbra. Number 43, Tori Cunningham. Number 42, Katie Peters. Number 41, Susan Pritchard. Number 31, Maggie Rika. Number 25, Kristen Cook. Number 24, Amy Rath. Number 23, Laura Troyer. Number 21, Tiffany Irwin. Number 15, Lori Pritchard. Number 14, Jody Kukta. Number 13, Emily Schrader. And number 4, Michaela Henson. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Laurel-Concord High School. And now to the champions, the West Point Central Catholic Bluejays. First, head coach Don Mack, we have a special award for you. And now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 27, Karina Schmaderer. Number 26, Mandy Krackemeyer. Number 25, Jackie Knievel. Number 24, Megan Nyworth. Number 23, Jackie Evers. Number 22, Krista Wolf. Number 21, Anna Winicky. Number 20, Danessa Brunsing. Number 19, Lindsay Hunke. Number 18, N.G. Ritter. number 17, Allison Stefan. And number 16, Jenna Kreckemeyer. And now, for these outstanding athletes in their school, here's the 2002 Class C2 State Volleyball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, West Point Central Catholic High School.
West Point Central Catholic back-to-back championships. There's a good look at Allison Stefan. And the great sophomore, that's Angie Ritter. Stay right there. We're going to visit with some of the champions in just a moment. But NETV Sports coverage of the 2002 Nebraska State High School Volleyball Championships is brought to you in part by NPPD. Always there when you need us. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you. And by ACE, the Public Alliance for Community Energy, your hometown choice for natural gas. We visit with some of the champions. West Point Central Catholic in C2 after this on NETV Sports.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
You're watching NETV.
This week, a Next Exit special, Cowgirl Roundup. Meet Judy Durnall, who ranches in the shadow of Chimney Rock. Her family has held on to this land for 4 generations, and what a story she has to tell. Next Exit, Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Time on NETV.
Saturday, November 23rd on the Nebraska Public Radio Network, hear a Car Talk Christmas Carol. All your favorite National Public Radio hosts appear in this unusual take on the Dickens classic. It'll be a great opportunity to pick up Car Talk gifts just in time for the holidays. Don't miss the Car Talk Marathon Saturday morning, November 23rd at 9 Central, 8 Mountain on the Nebraska Public Radio Network.
On Ken Burns' American Stories.
Monday night at 8 Central Time on NETV. NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
The head coach of the victorious West Point Central Catholic Blue Jays, Don Matt, in just a moment. But first, a quick tip on the great sport of volleyball.
The setter determines the level that a team will play at in the state tournament. And the teams that will be the champions at the end will have great setters or setters that have a great tournament. You're only as good as the level of your setter. And something we always talk about is if you can improve your setter, you improve your whole team, because you think about it, the setter touches the ball more than any other player on the court. The setter's role is very simple: to put up hittable balls, to get their hitters in a great rhythm so they have confidence when they take those swings. And setters can take a team right out of it. Poor decisions, low sets, sets that go outside the sidelines. So setters are usually the most valuable players or determine the outcome of a match. And again, their role is simple: put up hittable balls and let those players swing away.
West Point Central Catholic in two quick ones. Here's my partner, Connie Lentz, with the head coach. We'll have Connie in just a moment, chatting with Don Matt. He's done it again, another state titles. In the background, you see the Orchard Orioles getting ready for the D1 final, D2 final, excuse me. Here's Connie.
Congratulations, Coach Don Matt. Second state championship in a row. Talk to us in just a few minutes about your team's confidence level.
Well, going in, you know, we had some tight games going in district time, and I think that helped us a great deal getting ready for the state tournament. You know, Fremont Bergen played us real tight in the district final, and I think that helped us a bunch to prepare. And once we got down here, and we were looking, right when we got here, all we worried about was Heartland, because that was our first game, and that's all we can do. And hope after that, it's just play as hard as you can and hope things fall your way.
We talked about the keys for the game, and we talked about playing defense and passing well. And I thought your servers stepped up big time today to keep Laurel-Concord out of their offense. Was that your strategy?
We were trying to keep it out of Emily Schroeder's hands. She does a real nice job hitting the ball, so we were trying to serve in positions that it'd make it tough for the Cunningham girl to get her the ball. And our girls did a great job of that tonight. This morning, I was just pleased with the way we played all the way around.
Well, I know you had great respect for number 41, Laurel-Concord, Susan Pritchard. And I noticed that you have great respect for her as a passer. And so I don't think she passed very many balls in serve receive, did she?
No, she didn't. We focused quite hard on keeping it out of her hands also. She's passed for quite a few years for them in the back row, and we knew what she could do, so we were trying to go anywhere but there.
Now, Coach, I heard rumors that there was some dancing going on in the locker room or something. Would you like to, can you on TV show us some of your dance moves, or is that just for the locker room?
It's not me who dances, it's the girls, and I don't go in there when they're doing it. I just kind of stay out of the way when it's up there.
Well, Coach, congratulations. What a great season, great tournament, back-to-back state champions. Probably see you again next year.
Well, I hope we can gel as a team again next year like we did this year, and we should be able to make a pretty good team out of them that way.
Well, we want to visit with a few of your players right now, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next.
West Point Central Catholic. As the Connie gets ready to talk to some of the champions for West Point Central Catholic. I believe their setter, Jenna Krackemeyer, will go next. But when we come back, we'll visit with Jenna and a few other of the victorious Blue Jays as Championship Saturday continues on NETV Sports.
This is NETV.
My child go to college.
Which one is best?
Where will the money come from?
What about books?
Room and board. Do you feel you have more questions than answers about your child's college education? Let us help. Countdown to College will have experts to answer your concerns about the next step of your child's learning. Watch Countdown to College.
Coming soon to NETV.
Next time on Nature. Bloodlust. Some are simply born with it. For Mark Ferns, it's an obsession.
What I've got to do now is to pretend to be asleep as best I can. The bats are really nervous. I must admit I'm feeling a little nervous myself, but I've got to convince them if they're going to fly down and bite me. It's going to be a long night.
Sunday night at 7 Central Time on NETV.
We can't prove Beethoven can make your day any better, but it's worth a try. Classical music and NPR News. NPRN, border to border, Nebraska's NPR station.
It's fast and furious. It's volleyball the Nebraska way. Find out the latest news from the team right from the source, Coach John Cook. Go behind the scenes with the John Cook Volleyball Show, Tuesday nights at 8 Central Time only on NETV2. Nebraska Volleyball. It'll take your breath away. University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is NETV.
West Point Central Catholic victorious in Class C2 as some of the championship players. Here again, Connie Lentz.
Okay, we're here with Jenna Krackemeyer, starting setter for West Point Central Catholic the last 3 years, 2 state championships. And right as you were getting your trophy presented, we were listening to Coach John Cook give us quick tips about setters. You did such a great job today, you were hardly noticeable. Is that a compliment?
Well, yeah. I don't know.
What were you trying to do team-wise today against Laurel-Concord?
Make sure I could get the sets to them so they could keep attacking, and we won't have to tip them as much.
And so you had a wide variety of tack. You ran some nice slides with Mandy.
Yeah, she's getting really good at them. So.
And setting Allison, can you set her any kind of ball and she'll hit it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, Jenna, you did an outstanding job as a setter in your 3 years at West Point. What are you going to take as far as a favorite memory?
Probably the state championships, just being down here and being with the team. It's really fun.
But what are you doing with all of your medals?
Nothing. I don't know.
Nothing. Okay, Jenna, congratulations on an outstanding job setting, and congratulations on your 2nd state championship in a row.
Thanks.
Next, we're going to talk to Miss Ritter, Angie Ritter. Now, we want to know what's inside your shoes to make you jump so high.
I don't know. I just jump.
You just
see where I go.
You have an outstanding vertical, and you had a lot of excellent plays today at the net where you used your vertical as an advantage. Even though you're a short hitter, you were hitting over their blocks. What do you do to work on your vertical jump?
We do a lot of jumps during the summer for a weightlifting program. Mr. Matt does a great job of getting us in the gym and making us work on our verticals and getting us through the jumps, and I think that's really helped me a lot over the past 2 years.
And so as a sophomore, what does this state championship mean to you for the future?
I just think it means we need to work harder. We have high goals for our next team. I mean, nobody thinks we can come back and do it, and we just want to prove them wrong.
Well, congratulations. You also served very tough today. What did you specifically try to work on in serving?
First of all, I just really wanted to get it in. I was really nervous, but after the game went on, I wanted to hit my spots that he was giving me, and that was my goal, just hit all my spots.
Well, congratulations on a great tournament.
Thank you.
Next, we want to talk to Allison Steffen. Allison, I keep seeing you at this interview year after year. Congratulations on an outstanding tournament. How did you get such a fast wrist on your arm swing when you snap on the ball? How did you work on that?
I don't know, I just work on it in practice all the time, staying after.
And so this is your 2nd state championship. Where do you go from here with it?
I really don't know. I think now we're heading into basketball and just focus on that now.
So how much confidence did you ladies have after your semifinal win last night coming in against Laurel-Concord? You knew their history. They know you. What did you really try to, what did Coach emphasize for you to really go after him?
I think just relax, have fun, and play our game.
And what is your game?
Just doing, everybody knows what they can do. Passing, everybody just has their job.
Well, I thought you did an excellent job of keeping Laurel-Concord out of their offense by making them play a lot of defense, and especially on serve receive. You made it really tough for them on serve receive. Did Coach talk to you specifically about serving certain areas and not serving to a particular passer?
He gave us zones, and we tried for those.
Well, congratulations on an outstanding career. Best of luck to you in whatever you choose to do.
Thank you, and happy birthday, Dad. Thanks.
Great.
Thanks, Connie, so much as West Point Central Catholic wins it this morning handily, 15-4 and 15-8. Allison Steffen and Anna Winicky and Jenna Krakemeyer, and you saw Angie Ritter, the sophomore, push the Blue Jays over the top of the second straight years. And now it's time for yet another quick tip from Nebraska head coach John Cook.
Quick attack is one of the most exciting plays that you'll see today in the state tournament. It takes a tremendous amount of timing between the setter and the quick attacker. And the quick attack means the ball is going to be hit very quickly out of the setter's hand. The height of the set maybe will only be 1 to 2 feet above the net. What makes that an exciting play is the ball is going to be down on the floor very quickly. It's difficult for the blockers to try to time it. So when a team can run a successful attack, it's very difficult to stop because everything happens so quickly. But there's some higher risk in that, and it does take a great pass and great timing between the setter and the quick hitter.
Stay right there. We got Class D2 coming up. It's Paxton undefeated. The Orchard Orioles trying to play the Spoilers 22-2. We're back after this. Championship Saturday is on NETV.
Oh, it's story time. We'll read the story about the big dog. Yes, on the way to school.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District, together with your local public power utility.
Programming on the Nebraska ETV network is made possible in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
It's the value of responsive customer service to make healthcare simple. It's the value of a statewide network of doctors and hospitals to make healthcare accessible. It's the value of a plan that works to make healthcare practical. That's the value of Blue. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
The Blues are good.
And a good value.
For you.
Programming on NETV is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For 16 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid applications. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
This week on Statewide, it's one of the biggest power producers in Nebraska. It's been in and out of trouble for years. What's the future of the state's largest nuclear power plant, and why does its public power owner want to let a private company run the place?
They are about setting goals and not changing directions.
The disadvantage is that it's the end of public power as far as that's concerned.
Watch Statewide, Wednesday at 7 Central Time on the Nebraska ETV network.
PBS. More passionate. More connected. More aware. More inspired. More engaging. And this year, more Emmy Awards for news and documentary programs than any other network on television. Know more. Do more. Be more. PBS.
NETV is a service of the Nebraska Educational Telecommunications Commission.
John J. Pershing Auditorium. They dedicated this building in downtown Lincoln in March of 1957. Capacity about 4,530. And we just finished our first of 6 state championships. Place was probably 2/3, 3/4 full for the 10:30 session. It was a quick one. 15-4 and 15-8. West Point Central Catholic's Blue Jays, back-to-back champions now, over the Laurel-Concord Bears. And here, Connie Lentz, is how it all finished.
Well, again, both teams were just trying to play good defense. West Point gets the pass off of defense, and then Mandy comes around on the slide. Just creates an angle, and Laurel-Concord couldn't dig it.
The pictures we're going to see most of today, one side, nothing but joy. Parents, relatives, friends sharing in it. The Blue Jays explode after Lindsay Winicke's championship slam.
Just a great match as far as serving. Don, Matt had talked to me about that before. They just wanted to serve strong, and they really took Laurel-Concord out.
2 straight years, Connie. West Point Central Catholic, no problem. Last year, Wisner-Pilger and 2 quickies, and here 2 quick ones over Laurel-Concord.
Well, they're 26-0 for a reason, and that is, like Coach says, that, you know, there's nothing that they haven't seen or experienced as far as difficult situations to handle. And with winning a state championship in volleyball and winning a state championship in basketball, and now winning again in volleyball, his kids play with a lot of confidence. You know, and it's not showboat kind of confidence. I mean, they're real quiet. They go about their business, just like their setter said. You know, Jenna said, everybody knows a job that they do, and we got to